On Quotation Nation, QuotebyLee coming at you with a brand new video series here on the channel. So we are going to be discussing some new Pokemon Sun and Moon news and theories and different Pokemon and see their viability in competitive play. So if you're hyped for this brand new video series where we talk about competitive Pokemon, go ahead and smash the like button below and leave your comments in the description. So we're going to be covering two of the new Pokemon that were just released the other day in this video, and whether I believe that they will be semi-competitive, what tier they may be in, and if they're going to be viable at all. So we're going to start things off with Minior, the Meteor Pokemon. He's a rock flying type. He is only 1 foot, which is kind of small. He seems like he was a bit bigger in the trailer, but he's only 1 foot. He weighs 88 pounds with the ability Shields Down, which is a brand new ability, which I think is a super cool ability. So I'm going to go ahead and read the description for you, and then we're going to talk about my thoughts on whether or not this Pokemon will be competitively viable. So, Minior are formed in the stratosphere and live by absorbing the detritus around them. When they've consumed a large quantity of particles, their bodies become heavy and they fall toward they fall toward the planet's surface. What's reading? I suck at reading, guys. I'm sorry. I'm butchering this. Minior has a hard and heavy outer shell with a core inside it. The Meteor Pokemon seems to be made in such a way that if the shell breaks, it becomes lighter and can deal out quick attacks. When its shell breaks, the core in its center is revealed. You won't know what color will appear until this happens. Minior has the new Shields Down ability, which no other Pokemon has had before. With the Shields Down ability, it will have excellent defensive capabilities as long as its shell is intact. It will also be protected from status conditions, but when its HP drops below half, its shell will break and it will change to a form better suited to attacking. So that shows a couple of the different core colors. In the trailer, I think we also get to see that there is a purple one. Minior's core will change color depending on the particle color of the debris it has absorbed. Its pastel coloration has a cute look, so this Pokemon is often used as a design motif for clothing and accessories. So, Minior. So first off, I do not believe this Pokemon is going to receive an evolution. I think it is as it is with the different cores and everything. It's going to be just a single Pokemon, similar to how Druddigon is just a single Pokemon, no evolutions, no pre-evolutions. What's interesting is its ability. So, a couple things here. When it is full health, it's going to have more defenses. It's probably going to be slower. So I'd like to see how that's going to be incorporated. If it's going to have a high HP stat or a lower HP stat, if it's going to have, decent attacking stats, or how it's going to be, or is it going to be similar to how Aegislash is? When it's in its defensive mode, it has higher defense and lower attack, and when it's in its attack mode, it has its higher attack, which I think is probably what it's going to be like. So hopefully they don't make this Pokemon too weak. I think that it can be pretty competitive, lower UU, possibly high RU tier. But, I think, especially for singles, if it can get Stealth Rock, I can see it being used competitively. And here is why. I think that it says right here, when its shell breaks, it becomes lighter and can deal out quick attacks. So it's going to get a speed increase when it goes below 50%. So I think it'll be a good Pokemon to either run Choice Band on if you're going to go all offensive, just be able to take a couple defensive hits and then be able to dish out some attacks. And then once you get half health, then your attacks are going to be a little faster and maybe more powerful. You could also run Resto Chesto, I think, on this guy. So his ability, it says, where was it? That it is protected from status conditions when it's at its full HP, when it's still in the shell. So what I'm wondering is if you rest and you get to full health, will it cure the sleep, or will you still be asleep? Either way, having Resto Chesto on it, getting below half health, resting, and then getting to full HP with a more defensive Mon, I think is going to really be something that's viable in single battles for having a good wall on the team that can also maybe send out stealth rocks, take a couple hits. Flying type is a great typing. It's going to resist the grass typing. He's got a pretty decent typing. The only other Mons that have this typing are Archeops and Aerodactyl, as far as I know, and I think this is the first non-fossil Pokemon with the rock flying typing, which is cool. So yeah, I think I can really see him being used in single battles. Doubles, probably not as much, just because having a more, I don't know, I feel like having more offensive power is more important in VGC and double battles than having a wall type Pokemon. But yeah, he's really cool. I really love the design of this Pokemon. It's pretty simple, but it's super, super cool. And I think that I want to talk about his different colors. Initially, I thought maybe he'd change typings with each color, or maybe he can learn a certain move if he has a certain color core. I'm not so sure on that now. I'm thinking that initially when you catch this Pokemon, I don't know, maybe the type of hit that, say he gets hit by an ice type move, is his shell going to break off, and will he turn into the blue one? I don't remember what color he turned into in the trailer off the top of my head when he got hit by that Vulpix. But I don't know. I think it's really cool. It's a good design. And I think that he will get some mediocre, like mid-range competitive play. Maybe higher. Who knows? Maybe he's going to be ridiculously great stats, especially when the shell comes off. Maybe he's going to be able to dish out some ridiculous damage. But yeah, that's Minior. So the next Pokemon that I did want to talk about, we're going to go back to Pokemon. We're going to talk about the Oricorio and its different forms. So, Oricorio, the Bele style, which is a fire flying. He's the dancing Pokemon. 2 foot, 7.5 pounds. Ability is Dancer, which is a brand new ability, which I think is an amazing ability for doubles. So we're going to just read this really quick. Oricorio changes its forms by sipping the nectar of certain flowers. Since it has 4 different forms, the same as the number of islands in Alola, it would seem that different Oricorio live on each of the islands. The Bele-style Oricorio is very passionate, and power fills its body when it dances. It sends downy fluff flying during its intense dances. By igniting its fluff, it can unleash a fiery dance attack. Oricorio has the new Dancer ability that no other Pokemon has had before. If another Pokemon in the field uses a dancing move, then Oricorio will be able to use the same move immediately afterward thanks to its Dancer ability. Talk about broken! Revelation Dance is a move that only Oricorio can learn, and its type changes based on Oricorio's current style. So Revelation Dance, I'm pretty sure it's going to be... in the trailer, it looked like it could be special or physical. I'm going to go with physical because most bird Pokemon are typically physically suited. But yeah, so Oricorio, the Bele styles, Revelation Dance would be fire. And then there's the electric, there's psychic, and there's a ghost one. So I want to talk about this one first. So Oricorio, the Bele style, not the best typing. Fire flying, it's good. Talonflame is a great Pokemon, don't get me wrong. But rocks kind of destroy it. So singles, this Oricorio Bele style won't see as much play, I don't think. Just because if you're going to have a fire flying type, you might as well have Talonflame on your team. But I do want to talk about doubles. So doubles, I think this will be a very good Pokemon. Talonflame is really good in VGC right now. And I think that the new meta is going to be crazy. I don't think there's going to be Megas because we've got the new Z abilities. We're getting all these different Alola forms. And they haven't mentioned anything about Megas or Mega Stones. And the bracelet we know is confirmed to have the gems from the Z power moves go into it. So he doesn't have a Mega bracelet. So I think he'll be very good in VGC. Let's say you have this guy and you have Gyarados. Gyarados goes for D-Dance, sets up +1 attack, +1 speed. This guy copies it right away, gets a +1 +1 attack, +1 speed. So with that speed increase, will possibly get to move faster and deal out a big amount of damage. If he gets, what's that move? What's that flying move? Oh, I can't believe it. It's the one that crits, that flinches. I don't remember the name of it. Leave it down in the comments if you remember that name. Just let me know. I forget. Air Slash, that's what it's called, right? I think so. But anyways, if he gets Air Slash, and then you can set up +1, +1, or if you have a Mon that goes Swords Dance and gives him that high attack power, and maybe maybe you have this guy Choice Banded, and you go for that with a +2. Oh man, I think he's gonna get great play in VGC. Now, looking at him, he's just a small little bird. Stats aren't gonna be the best. I bet they're gonna have low HP. He's gonna probably be pretty fast, but I think this style is going to be able to dish out a good amount of damage. Now let's take a look at a couple of the other styles. So we've got the Oricorio Pom Pom style, which is the electric flying type. We'll read this real quick. The Pom Pom style Oricorio is very friendly toward people, and it uses dancing to encourage trainers who are feeling glum. When it dances, its feathers are charged and with static electricity. It can attack with these charged feathers, and sometimes it unleashes a powerful electric shock. This one I think is going to be the fastest. Electric Pokemon are typically faster than most other typings. So I think this is going to be a faster physical hitter that's going to be able to, you can switch it in on somebody. Say, I think he'll be used in singles a little more than VGC. Still going to be great in VGC because of the Dancer ability. But if you switch this thing in on like a Mega Scizor or a Mawile that wants to set up, you can get that +2, and then, electric typing is pretty good. It's only resisted against ground type. It doesn't hit the ground types, but I think this will be a very good Pokemon to use. Overall, Oricorio, I think, is just the ability. The designs are really cool. I like that there's a different design for each of the islands. And I don't know. This one, the Pom Pom style, I think is going to be one of the better ones. I don't like the design on this one. This is actually my second. I think this is my least favorite design, actually. It kind of like the Pom Pom. It's cheering people on. It's like a cheerleader Pokemon. I don't know. But I do think that Oricorio will see some good competitive play in VGC. Maybe not top tier, but with the new meta, who knows? This Pokemon could be completely broken and used in, all kinds of different situations. Now we're going to take a look at the Pau style. I really like this one. It's like a hula dancer doing its whole woo thing, It's the Psychic flying type, so join Sigilyph and Xatu as one of the new Psychic flyers. I think Xatu and Sigilyph are the only Psychic flying Pokemon besides Natu, Xatu, and Sigilyph. What other flying Psychic types are there? I can't think of any. Let me know in the description if there are any, because I can't remember 700 plus Pokemon off the top of my head. We'll read this. The Pau style Oricorio attacks at its own pace, which sometimes makes it difficult to deal with. It sharpens its spirited moves through dance, which increases its psychic powers. It's said that this dance expresses its gratitude to the guardian deity Pokemon. So that's pretty interesting, where it says it goes at its own pace. I think this is going to be a slower, more bulky Oricorio style. I hope that all of them have different stats for each island. I think that'd be really interesting, because then each of them can be used in different situations. Psychic flying, not a bad typing. Psychic, great against those poison types, and the flying is good. So this guy counters Mega Venusaur pretty much, just completely counters him, or just regular Venusaur, because I don't think they're gonna have Megas in Sun and Moon, honestly. But anyways, yeah, this one I think will be bulkier. Maybe set up some Calm Minds with it. Get some defensive stats, maybe more of a support Oricorio style. And then our last one, we'll go over it real quickly because this video is already sitting at 14 minutes. We have the Sensu style, which is the ghost flying type, which I really, really like. Ghost flying. What other ghost flyings are there? There's Drifloon and Drifloon. I can't think of any others. Let me know. Let's see what he says. The Sensu style Oricorio is quiet and collected. By means of its dance, it gathers the spirits drifting about in an area and borrows their power to fight. People who migrated from Kanto feel a great liking for this Pokemon because its dance reminds them of their homeland. I think that's really, really cool. Kanto, you know, I don't know, that's just like throwing that in there, you know, people that migrated from Kanto. So I'm wondering, is our character from Kanto? Was he living in Kanto before he came to live with his mom down in the Alola region? I don't know. But I do like the design on this one quite a bit. It looks like almost like a geisha. It's got that little fan thing. And ghost flying is pretty good typing. Weak against dark. It's going to be weak against dark, electricity, rock. Is it just those three? Is Psychic good against Ghost, or is Ghost good against Psychic? I can never remember. But yeah, with the Dancer ability, I think this one will get some competitive play. You could set up some combines with this. This one feels like more of a support Pokemon as well. Maybe because he's Ghost type, he might be able to get Will-O-Wisp, be more of a status Pokemon, maybe some T-Waves, and then be able to hit him with Air Slash to Paraflinch. I don't know. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Minior and the Oricorio. I think that Oricorio will be a lot more suited towards VGC, and Minior is going to be a lot more suited towards single battles. I'm really excited to see them play. Let me hear your thoughts down in the comments below if you think that either of these Pokemon are going to be competitive or not. But like always, guys, thank you for watching this video. If you like it, go ahead and leave it with a like down in the description below. Leave your comments. If you have any suggestions, go ahead and leave those as well. And as always, guys, thank you for watching. And yeah, see you later. Bye.